Today I'm going to show you how to multiply a 2-digit number by a 2-digit number. And the calculation that I'm going to be concentrating on today is 22 multiplied by 31. Okay, now initially your child will be shown how to do this using a grid method. So I'm going to draw my grid first of all. When children are first getting used to it, the teachers will probably have pre-drawn grids for them. Okay, and I'm going to imagine that I'm using place value counters. Okay, so a place value counter would have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands written in them. Okay, they would also be slightly different colours. Okay, so I have got, there's my ones, there's my tens. Okay, so this one here is actually showing me my 22. There's 2 tens, 2 ones. Okay, and so down this side then I'm going to have my 31. Okay, so I'll extend these lines. Okay, so there's my 30. Okay, so that is showing me my 31. Okay, all right, and I'm multiplying these. Okay, so if I think about it, all right, I'm doing multiplication. So 10 times 10 would give me 100. 10 times 10 would give me 100. 10 times 10 would give me 100. So I'm actually using it like a times table grid. So 10 times 10, 10 times 10, again, is 100. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay. Now this time I'm going to extend that line across, so I'm going to bring this 10, but I'm multiplying it by 1 this time. So 10 times 1 is 1. 10 times 1 is 10, sorry, and then 10 times 1 again is 10, and I keep doing that. So bring that line across, that 10 multiplied by that one. 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 1 is 10. Okay, now I've got this one here. This is 1 multiplied by 10. So I'm looking at the place value counters on the outer edges. 1 multiplied by that 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so now we can see we've done all our calculations, but we then need to work out what we've got. So if I think about my columns, how many ones have I got? I've got 2 ones, so I've done those. And then how many tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 8 tens. I can cross those off because I've counted them. And then how many hundreds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600, 600. Okay, so my answer is 682. Okay, I'm going to show you that again using a different number. So this time I'm going to multiply 43 by 21. Okay, so I set up my grid. Okay, multiplication sign goes there. Okay, it doesn't matter which way you put your numbers. Okay, so I'm going to put my 43. So 40 would be 10, 10, 10, 10, and then I've got 3 ones. Separate your 10s and your 1s. Okay, and then I've got 21. That's a 10, and that's a 10. Oh, it wasn't a very straight line. Okay, all right. And so what we're doing is you're imagining that you're multiplying these lines and so on like that. Okay, so I'll just get rid of those lines so I can actually put my circles in. So 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 10 again, 100. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 10, 100. Okay, now I can go here or here, it doesn't matter. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 1, 10. 1 times 10. Okay, so straight away by the time we've got here, your children will be like, oh, I know what this is, and they'll be able to just put those 10s in. Okay, so we've done the calculation, and now we just need to work out how much we've got. So have I got any 1s? Oh yeah, because look, I haven't finished this grid. So 1 times 1 is 1, times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so start with the smallest column. How many 1s have I got? So I've got 1, 2, 3 1s. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now how many 10s have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't put 10 in there. So actually 10 10s are 100. So I'm going to exchange it. So there's my 10, note down, carry the 1. Okay, so they're done. Okay, all right. And then how many hundreds have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus that one there is 9. Okay, so my answer to 43 times 21 is 903. Okay, now once we've done the grid method with place value counters or whatever other equipment we've used, we can very quickly then move the children on to a numerical version of it. So I'm just going to use a black pen so you can see how that works. So we're still going to do 43 times 21. So we're going to do our 43. So I have 40 and 3 times 21. Okay. Okay. 40 times 20. Well, I know that 4 times 2 is 8, but then I've got 10 times 10, so that's 100. So that's going to be 800. 40 times 20, 4 times 2 is 8, 10 times 10 is 100, 8 times 100 is 800. 3 times 20, 3 2s are 6, so 3 20s must be 60. Okay, and then I've got 40 times 1, one lot of 40 is 40, and 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, and we can then add that up. So I've got 60 add 40 is 100, so I've now got 800 add 100 is 903. 903. There you go. So again, this is going to take longer, but it shows the understanding of how we break it down. When they're confident with this, then we can move them on to this as well. Okay, and then the final step would be 43 times 21. Okay, I'm actually just going to move that up a little bit and give myself a bit more room. 43 times 21. Okay, now we would do this as an expanded method to start off with. Okay, all right, so you can't do it any other way, so it'll be, we're going to multiply by 1 first of all. Okay, so 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, so I've done with the 1. Okay, and now I'm going to multiply by 20. Now, it is a 10 number and all 10 numbers end with 0. Okay, so if we put that 0 in first, it's going to be much easier for your children. Instead of going 20 times 3, 20 times 3 would be 60. Okay, which I can see there, it is 60. Okay, if I put the 10 down, I can then go 2 times 3 because I know I'm already dealing with 10 numbers. Okay, so put the 10 down, and then 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8, and then we're going to add those up. 3 add nothing is 3. 6 add 4, or 4 add 6, doesn't matter which way round you do it, is 10. 0 down, carry that 1. And 8 add, if you need to put a placeholder in, that's fine. 8 add nothing is 8, plus 1 is 9. And there is my answer, 903.